New videos every day.
Hi, I'm Dr. Vincent Bellonzi. Let's talk a little bit about cleansing the body. First of all, why does anybody want to cleanse? The truth is that the body needs to be able to work without interference. And a major form of interference in the body's function are toxins. There are many forms of toxins. We've got heavy metals, we've got chemicals, we've got parasites, there are viruses, there are bacteria. So there are many things that can get into the body and interfere with its function. And then we start having symptoms, start having problems. In the beginning, with a small load or a small burden on the body, your symptoms are less. But as the toxic load builds up, as that burden gets greater, the body starts showing more symptoms until eventually we can label a full-blown disease. So it's real helpful to the body if you give it a chance to clean up. You have cleanup systems in place. But if we let these things interfere, you're going to accumulate even more. So how do you clean the body? Well, there are things we can do in the office. We can do things such as chelation to pull out metals. We can use certain medications to clean out chemicals. We can use saunas, and that's one way that you can detox, is to actually sweat things out. But often people talk about doing a cleanse. So what is that? There are an unlimited number of ways that you can do a cleanse. There are so many products out there. So what do you choose? You don't have to necessarily do a specific parasite cleanse or a liver cleanse or a gallbladder cleanse, although they're out there and they exist. There are some good authors that have put out different descriptions on how to do a cleanse. But for the purposes of this video and in our office, I just want to explain some more simple cleanses that we do that are still very effective. In fact, for the average American out there, a simple cleanse, which isn't all that simple to do, is just to eat clean food. If you simply eat food such as raw or lightly steamed vegetables, whole fruit, I don't want any smoothies or juice, just the whole fruit and a small amount, really about 3 times the vegetables to fruits, and then some lean protein, especially lean fish because that's some of the better protein for us. But a good lean protein. You don't want real fatty proteins because animals collect toxins too, and I don't want your fat metabolism to be really going. What we're trying to do is give the body a rest. So a cleanse for some people is simply getting away from all the processed junk food they eat. But we can go a little further if we give the body some supportive nutrients. Now, many cleanses are based on fasting. There are some advantages to fasting, but here's the key. You do want to burn fat. But the problem is if you go on a complete fast, such as just water or even a small amount of juice, you're going to find that you burn up a lot of lean tissue and you lose things that you don't want to lose. You become catabolic and you may burn a little fat, but your body may actually preferentially burn things that you wanted to keep, such as muscle and even bone. So we don't necessarily want to do just a fast. You at least want to have some calories coming in and try to save the lean tissue, try to save the active metabolic tissue. What you want to get rid of are the fat cells or the fat in the cells that has been the place to store the toxins. So fasting can be helpful, but you don't necessarily have to fast. You can simply eat a clean diet, as I mentioned, without processed foods and without cooking foods to the point that don't have any value for you. And you can take in nutrients that support the phases of detoxification. Your body has systems in place to get rid of this junk. But the problem in America is we take so many medications, we eat so many processed foods, the body's got to constantly work on that intake. It can't get to the point where it cleans up what's already stored. And what the body can get rid of as it gets interfered with, it stores. And it stores it in the fat. So I prefer to do a cleanse where you eat a clean diet and you give some kind of supporting nutrients. We use different products in the clinic. Some of them are called medical foods. And often what I'll do is have people take the medical food along with some other foods. Sometimes we'll go more into a fasting type situation. Maybe I'll have them drink certain servings of the medical food, which is basically a protein drink with nutrients that support detoxification, and eat a green vegetable or eat some other food. But I don't want to take in foods that are going to add to the burden. The reason I like vegetables is because they're loaded with fiber. The fiber in itself is going to help with the detoxification process. It's going to pick up toxins. It's going to do a little scouring on the gut, and you can actually get some benefits from just using the fiber. So there are many ways to cleanse. Again, as I said, there are an unlimited number of things you can do. There are certain herbs that will help to kill parasites. There are certain herbs that will help to flush out the kidneys, to help clean and protect the liver. So you can add things in a natural way to help with the cleanse. There are even certain drugs that can be used to enhance the effect of the cleanse. But if you do a more simple cleanse, you can do it more often and get most, if not all, the benefits. There are certain cleanses where you just keep a few calories coming in. You perhaps use something like maple, maybe a little cayenne to raise the metabolism. You use certain things to give a little bit of a caloric intake without fully engaging the digestive system. Again, what you want to accomplish is letting the body's systems rest, not adding anything to the toxic load, not really engaging the digestive system too much, and then giving the body the nutrients that it needs to go through the phases of detoxification. Your body has to take a substance and change it chemically so that it can be eliminated from the body. It has to become fat soluble, it has to be deactivated, or water soluble, fat soluble, water soluble, has to become deactivated, and it has to be excreted from the body. So you can do a cleanse without having to suffer. Some people do a little bit too aggressive of a cleanse in the beginning and they get some symptoms. You may get some light symptoms in the beginning just because of the cleanse removing toxins and putting them back into circulation. But then you want to continue with the cleanse to get that complete elimination done. A couple other things that I want you to do in the way of detoxification. One is to be active. The more active you are, the more your body can detox. Exercise is extremely effective. It enhances circulation. You're breathing more. But you're also producing things you wouldn't have produced without the activity. And the body gets into the activated metabolism that can do a much better job of cleaning up. Again, you deliver good nutrients and oxygen to the tissues. You pull away the toxins and take them to a place they can be eliminated. You sweat more. Sweat's a beautiful thing because when you sweat, you're getting rid of not only water to cool the body, but you're also getting rid of toxic substances. In fact, another way that you can sweat is to use dry saunas. Saunas are an excellent way to get rid of toxins. Again, you want to clean up the body so it can work better without the interference. That's going to help you be happier and healthier. And that's what I want for you. Again, this is Dr. Vince Bellonzi. If you have more questions on cleanses, give us some more questions and we'll be happy to answer them in further videos. But cleansing is just another way of keeping your body healthy.
There are over 350 videos on our channel, and I doubt you've seen them all. And the topics range from weight loss, nutrition, sexual health, all the way to psychology and mind control, and anywhere in between. And I think if you check them out, you're going to find some really interesting stuff.